Good morning. Welcome back to the 6 a.m. Club where we start our day inspired. Every Saturday, I popped in here in the Leading Yourself podcast to share one episode of the 6 a.m. Club. Every day, we wake up inspired with a random quote that we talk about, and we close out with a call to action or an invitation to take action around what that quote told us that day. This week is going to be a little bit different in the sense that I am not randomly picking a quote like I typically do every day, but today I'm picking one very intentional. And this one actually is one of my own. It's one that I came up with this week. If you have been following the Leading Yourself podcast, you know that early in January, I decided to embark in this reinvention journey. And to help me in that journey, I signed up to the Unleash Her Power Within, which at the time was a 10-week program powered by Tony Robbins, that the only program that is designed specifically or mainly for women. And I loved it. It was so helpful. I share my entire journey here in the Leading Yourself podcast. And I loved it so much and it helped me so much that I decided to sign up for round 2. So this week we started week 1 of 8 now of my second round of Unleash the Power with Her Power Within. And this week was all about the fundamentals. And we did a life wheel assessment. And then we did an exercise called Life in Your Own Terms. So I came up with this quote as my quote for the week that is inspiring me this week to really design life in my own terms. And the quote says, "There is only one success: to be able to live a life in your own terms." Let me repeat it one more time. There is only one success: to be able to live a life in your own terms. Where does this living your life in your own terms come from? Well, it comes from this Unleash Her Power Within program. Basically, we did an assessment of all areas of our life, 9 or 10 of them. And then we identify where are the ones that we're doing really well and why we're doing really well and what can we do to even take them to the next level. And then we focus on what are the 3 areas that we're not doing so well. And we try to imagine what would life look like, let's say a year from now, if we don't change anything. And this is such a powerful exercise. If you are familiar with Tony Robbins at all, this is kind of like a mini Dickens process. And if you haven't heard about this, it's a really powerful process. But anyways, we did a mini Dickens process, basically trying to visualize ourselves a year from now and how would life look like if we don't change anything in these 3 areas of our life. And then we went to the opposite and we visualized ourselves a year from now living life in our own terms, meaning how would life look like if it looked just the way that we want it? If everything was fine, if we were able to make progress in these areas of our life, how would life look like in our own terms? And here's where this quote comes from, because I think a lot of times we have this idea on how life should look like. We are told by everyone around us how our life should look like. And a lot of times we're just in pursuit of what we think life should look like. We should have a good job and we should have a big house and we should have the best car and our kids should go to the best school. And that's how we believe life should be lived or what we should aspire to. And here's the thing, we're all unique and different. And life in my own terms might look very different than life in your terms. So here's my invitation for you today. Think about a year from now, or maybe push it 5 years from now. How would life in your own terms look like? And what you see, that is success. That is your definition of success. Because there is only one success, and that is to live a life in your own terms. Okay, that was our quote for today. I hope that it helped you start your weekend inspired. I hope that you like it. If you like it, remember you can always subscribe to be part of the 6 a.m. Club and receive this short inspirational episodes Monday through Friday directly on your phone, perfect for your morning commute or while you're getting ready for work, so you can start your day inspired every day. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. I will see you back here on Monday for another episode of the Leading Yourself podcast.